Thank
Welcome.
you. Your Worship and Councillors, I'm honoured to have been selected as the Inaugural Poet Laureate of Nanaimo, and I thank you for confirming me. At 82, I promise to do my very best to live out my term. I'd like to read you a couple of short poems in gratitude. I'm writing my own memoirs at the moment, and having just read a history of Nanaimo, about which I knew nothing, I imagined the city also writing its own memoirs and all the things that it would have to consider, such as what to leave in and what to take out. So here's a little poem I wrote about that. It's called If Nanaimo Wrote Its Memoirs. When a city writes its memoirs, it's no different from you and I writing ours. We tend to rest on moments of glory, as the city would, on the opening of a new mine or the movement of shipping, times for dancing at the waterfront or gathering in the park. When a city writes its memoirs, it comes, as do ours, with the distortion of fairground mirrors, the trimmings of a topiary bush, and all the tricks that looking backwards plays. When a city writes its memoirs, it is as if it is drawing up a ledger, here red ink, here black, and here a blurring of the two. Yet reckoning must be done, as we too should evaluate our years. And when it is, no lingering in the nostalgia of good times or the festering bitterness of regrets. No, then is the time to turn a fresh page, a page full of promise as to where the city and we might go next. Thank you. I have so many people to thank for encouraging my writing over the years. So when I'm in any kind of gathering like this, I like to read my thank you poem so I can catch a few more people in my net. It's called Thank You Frenzy. Thank you, Poetry Gabriola and the League of Canadian Poets for keeping the wolf from the door, and to the Sounder for touting such writing skills as I have, and to the CBC for allowing my voice to occasionally get on the air, and to the folks who come to my workshops, for they help pay the mortgage, and the folks who come to my readings, who keep me alert so that I can keep them alert. And thank you to the folks who buy my books, and even the folks who don't buy my books but borrow them from the library, and to the folks who stand around in bookstores reading my books and put them back on the shelves with the face outwards, for they too do me a service. And thanks to my twin, who is often unwittingly the butt of my wit, and to my daughter, who lays my books out when she feels like it, although I remind her that I had to change her diapers whether I felt like it or not. And to my son, who calls on birthdays and the day after Mother's Day with a few welcome words. And thanks to my husband, who criticizes many aspects of my being, thus keeping me in the here and now, when I tend to stray to other times, so that I can remember details, such as the fact that he prefers the toilet paper be placed so that the paper rolls from the front rather than from the back, but will put out with it pulling from the back so long as I'm consistent, which I'm not. And a thank you to my lucky stars, whatever Cancer with Cancer rising and my moon in Virgo might mean. And from the stars, it's a mere hop, skip, and jump to thanking the galaxies and the ends of the universe, where apparently the Big Bangs is to be followed endlessly by the Big Crunch. Meanwhile, providing me with just the right amount of oxygen and just the correct degree of gravity to allow me to sit on the deck, musing on life and writing poetry of a modest significance. Thank you.
Yeah, very good.